Hello, Damani. So let's try to work on some things of your head sculpt. I did a test here, but I will go through the process to show you some stuff I noticed. Uh, okay, so if I go here to a cube, I will import your head. And the orientation is different in ZBrush, and there's something wrong with the symmetry. So let's try to adjust some stuff here. I think it's almost there. Okay, I think it's working. So the first thing I notice is that the eyes are a bit far apart from each other. Ideally, you would have, let me grab this distance here, and then again, and that's the distance between the eyes. And you have the same distance one more time here to complete the length of the head. Let me see the focal length. It's a bit low here. Now it's better. So let's separate the eyes from the head. So I can work better. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is add a dynamesh here, so the topology is better for me. Maybe it's too heavy. Let's see if it's okay. Okay, so with the move tool, I actually don't know exactly. I don't know how the actual shape of the eye are you looking for, but I would say it's going to be a bit more wide, maybe. Right now it's on the round side, so I would do something like this. I don't know why. Okay, so I don't know why the symmetry is not working, but let's do this by hand. So okay, this is the first thing. Here on the mouth, I would say I kind of know what are you after, but you probably would do something like this. I mean, a person could have the lips protruding like that, but when you are beginning to study anatomy and the shapes, I recommend to try to do something more classical, if I can say something like this, something more common. So I guess the corner of the mouth would go a bit for the side like this, and the front area would be more flat, although you got the roundness correctly. I would also smooth these areas. You can have definition for the lips, but I would go with a softer brush, maybe the standard, and do something like this instead of going something too strong like the one you did before. So to some actual sculpting, this area here, it goes in, and then you have the bone here, but this area here is a bit softer. So you would have something like this. And on the eyes is something that people usually have some issues with, and it is the fact that there are some kind of V shape going on here. The shape, it goes from the zygomatic area here, and then you have these masses going on here. The dynamic is so high. So you have this little dip here. It varies from person to person, but that's the idea. Let's see. Maybe it's too strong. I have to smooth a little bit. Okay. Yeah, one thing I noticed, looking at the first head you sent me and the second one, it seems to me that you don't work a lot. You don't work very often in the 3/4 view. And I say that because you have this area here really straight, and actually, for the most part, it has a little indentation like this, and it can also shape the zygomatic a little better. So yeah, for the mouth, this thing you have here, it actually is closer to the mouth. It goes in and out. It can even influences the shape of the corner of the mouth. And you have a nice tip here. Excuse me. And the sheen. It's too strong, probably because of the dynamesh. Okay, let's see if I can smooth the things out. So yeah, I did a bit strong here, but you get the idea. Now this Bezerra needs some work. Okay. So yeah, for the jawline, I would say, I mean, people can have very strong jawline, but usually you won't have this type of definition here. You you have a smoother transition. Uh, Same for this area here. And the other side. I would probably break this area a little. Yeah. Hmm. For the shape of the head, I would say you have a little dip here on the top here. It's a bit rounder and probably smaller. I think we spoke about these details in one of our meetings. So I would say something like this. The head seems a bit wider for my taste. I would say I would go something like this. The ear is pretty blocky right now, but there's one thing here. Your ear right now is straight up and down, and usually you would have some kind of angle, kind of like this. It's too much here, but you get the idea. It's the about 15 degrees angle. Like so. And right now you don't have it, so if you get this area wrong right now, when you start the actual sculpting, you get wrong in the sculpting as well. So I would do something like this. And the top matches the brow line, and the bottom of the nose. So this is correct. So this area here has some issues. This area as well. You usually won't have this area protruding like this. It's more straight. And this area here, you have a small protrusion on both sides here, and you have the temporal line. It goes kind of like this. It follows the actual shape of the skull. And one thing that's important is that not everybody has the temporal line so noticeable. So I would probably watch out. Try to be more subtle. But yeah, it's something like this. I would. And the ligament goes here, and your head plane here. This is correct. For the shape of the skull, this is probably correct. This area here is the highest point. From the back view, you usually are going to see the sternocleidomastoid. I don't know if I am pronouncing correctly in English, but you would see the sternocleidomastoid from the back view, like even if it's just a little, but you usually see, and you have these shapes, kind of like this. The neck seems a bit thick in my opinion, and so see how I am rotating the model all the time, so I can see various angles and try to adjust things accordingly. So for the neck area, your sternocleidomastoid is a bit big. It goes from the mastoid process that's behind the ear, so this is correct. And it breaks the shapes here with the trapezius. But it's not so thick, and it has two heads. One goes in the sternum, another goes in the clavicle, on the clavicle. So kind of like this. We don't have the clavicle here, but and you have to look for the correct shape in different views. The data mesh is super strong. I don't know why. Yeah, about the eye, at this point, if I am using drawings and like school pictures and anatomy stuff, figurines and stuff like that. At this point, I would go for actual photos, so I can try to figure out how the actual shapes of the features of the face, like eyes, nose, mouth, and so on, because it's hard to get everything right just just with anatomy figures. I mean, you get the proportions and overall anatomy, but it will lack some kind of, I don't know, personality, let's say. You need an actual photo of eyes to make the eyes correctly, to make it look good. So yeah, the eye bothers me a little. I mean, I don't know, the shape somehow correct. You have this area up, and then it goes down, and here down and then goes up. There's should be, I don't know how it's called in English. I believe it's lacrimal duct, tear duct. Here you need to do. It makes a lot of difference. This area here is probably flat, something like this. I don't know. The eyes look a bit big, but yeah, overall ZBrush is. I apologize for my dog barking in the background. Yeah, now it's super slow, everything here. So yeah, I think of course there are a lot of things to work on. I am doing this from the top of my head, so I would probably check some reference and some pictures and try to improve some areas, but comparing from what you had before, you got some things adjusted, and I think ZBrush crashed it. So you had this, now you have some things, some improvement on the proportions. It's super slow, ZBrush, right now. I don't know exactly why. But yeah, I would say it looks a bit different from what you sculpted. But yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I would probably not use this video in my YouTube channel just because my dog ruined everything. But I think I believe it's okay for you to use it. I apologize for the dog, my dog ruining everything. But yeah, let's schedule another session and we can discuss more stuff and see what you can do to improve. See you later, man.